Hello everyone, and welcome to this masterclass on Chef Node Management and Orchestration. My name is Akshay, and I'm a Senior Technical Product Marketing Manager working here at Progress. I'm working here from last 4 years now. Apart from my work, I love to spend time with my 3-year-old daughter, who keeps me busy most of the time. So let's get started with the agenda. In this demo, we will understand the strength of Chef Courier and node management. We will enroll the nodes or machines in two ways, a single enrollment as well as the bulk enrollment. We'll create tags and node filter. Finally, we'll run courier jobs on the nodes which were enrolled. As we all know, Chef's strength lies in CLI and the ability to work with the complexity of the scenarios. We are now trying to have the same solidity in our user interface. The Chef 360 platform is a comprehensive solution that automates a DevOps journey whenever, wherever, and however the business scenario requires. In today's demo, we will concentrate on two main aspects, node management and job orchestration using Chef user interface. So what is job orchestration? As the name itself defines, job orchestration is an automated coordination and management of complex workflow or task across multiple systems and environments. It ensures the jobs are executed in the correct order at the right time and under specified conditions. Whereas node management provides the ability to perform several functions for managing the nodes in the environment. So let's jump directly to user interface and see what can we do with it. So I'll enter first. Let me log into my user interface. I'll select the correct org as well as the role which I want to do the job against. You can specify the permissions based on the roles and responsibility of the user. We will see this at the later point in the demo. Now, as we discussed, node management allows you to enroll and manage your nodes easily, right? So before enrolling our first node, let's look at few settings under node management. Let me maximize this. So I'll go to settings and I'll click on skill definition. So this is a list of skills added during the installation that allows Courier to manage nodes, run actions, and return action results. So basically, skills gives you, or basically skills gives Courier the ability to perform actions on the node, running commands. Like for example, if you want to run shell commands, you can restart the nodes, or you can run intra-client commands. These are all an example of a skills. The next is skill assembly. Sorry. Skill assembly basically defines a set of skills that should be installed or removed from the nodes using add or remove uh, functions. So you can have multiple skills which can be created, and different subset of skills can also be created using update skill assembly tab, right? The next is override settings. The override settings contains a key value pair that the skill needs to function on the managed nodes. The last step is node cohort. Before enrolling our first node is to create a cohort. The cohort is a combination of multiple settings which we created earlier. When you enroll a node is tied to a cohort, and that's how a job will be executed on. So keeping this in mind, let's enroll our first node. So under the same node management section, we'll go to enrollment. We have three different types of enrollment: single node, bulk node enrollment, as well as enroll node with Chef Infra cookbooks. In this particular demo, we'll be covering two of them, single node as well as bulk. If you want to do enroll nodes with Chef Infra cookbooks, you can find a detailed documentation on our docs.chef.io page. Let's do a single node enrollment first. So I'll click on single node enrollment, and I need to provide the IP addresses of the machines. So let me get the IP address. I'm using AWS environment to spin up my machines. So I'll get those. I'll add the details here. I'll select the cohort which we created earlier. I'll, based on whether it's a Windows machine or Linux machine, I'll choose an option. This is a Linux machine, so I'll choose SSH. You can either use a username or password, or you can use a certificate. My username is Ubuntu, and let me get the key. So this is the key. So I click on enroll. Now the node enrollment has been initiated successfully. So how do you see the status of it? So I'll go to my all node views. I'll go to the third page of it. And this particular node is currently being enrolled right now, 2023. So let's refresh this page. So it takes almost 45 to 60 seconds for the node to get enrolled, and which will be ready to use. If you see, it's already started to get enrolled, and the skills are getting installed now. The first skill which was installed is node management agent. Refreshing it again. If you can see, all the skills have been installed on my machine. If you want more details of that, on, like, for example, what are the different attributes which are allocated to that machine, what was my AWS environment looks like, for example, where was this machine created, which account ID was it, what is my public host name, what is my private host name. You can also get more information like, what is the machine resources, for example, CPU cores, the model of that machine, the kernel name, kernel version, etc. Right? But this is the main important thing which we have to look into: skills installed. If this node requires all the skills which needs to be installed, for example, shell interpreter or cook, chef client interpreter inspect, this is what you have to look into it. Right? This is how you enroll a single node enrollment. Now let's look at how to enroll a bulk enrollment. So before that, let me refresh this page first of all, and I'll go to third page. If you see, I have already tried to enroll this particular node: 54, 183, 80, and 57. This was a Windows machine which I tried to enroll, and if you can see, this is an error which we have faced. Right? For some reason, this enrollment failed. So we'll try to enroll the same node, the Windows node, along with my two other Linux machines using a bulk enrollment. So how to do that? I'll first go to enrollment, click on bulk node enrollment, and I'll download a CSV file template. A CSV file is downloaded and which is ready to use. Now for this demo purpose, I have already entered my details of the machine which I want to enroll. Right? These are the two Linux machines which I want to enroll. And as discussed earlier, let me enter my Windows machine as well, which failed. Right? So this was a machine which failed. 54. I'll copy the same cohort ID here. I won't be using, as it's a Windows machine, no point of giving SSH details. Username, let me give the username for this, and the password. Now the protocol is optional. There are only two protocols which support: WinRM and SSH. If you give that, well and good. If you don't give, no problem as well. So this is a WinRM machine. This is an SSH, and this is an SSH machine as well. So I'll save this, and I'll upload the same file here. So I'll come here, click on bulk enrollment, and click on open. So if you see, immediately 3 nodes were read from the CSV files, right? So I click on enrollments. Now again, the bulk node enrollment has been initiated successfully. How do you do that? How do you view it? Click on all node views, go to the last page, or you can increase the page size to categorize all 75 of them. So if you see, it's currently under admitted stage. The error which was earlier there, it's now being worked upon again. The same goes with the remaining 2 Linux machines as well. Let me refresh this page again. You can check which initially this particular step was a failure, OS identification. Now it's a success. So this particular loan is getting enrolled. Right. That's how you can do a bulk enrollment. Now, we covered single node enrollment, we covered bulk enrollment, right? Now, uh, let me refresh this page again to see the status of this machine. It's taking a bit of time. Let's wait for it. Okay, so until this, let's cover on the tags, the creating node query and node filter. So to do that, you can create tags from the same web page itself. So let's say this machine is already being enrolled, right? We just did that with the help of single node enrollment. To create a tag, just click here, click on tag node, and you can add any tag. Like for example, let's say this is a staging machine. I'll add a tag called as staging is equal to true. Right? That particular tag has been tagged to this machine. How do you check that? I'll just click on that node and you can see that tag coming up here. Right? Let me do the same thing with this machine as well now, which was previously enrolled. I'll click on staging. Okay, let me change this to, okay, let staging to apply tag. Right. Now, I have tagged staging is equal to 2 on 2 machines. Now let's create a node filter out of it. Now you can create a node filter on multiple attributes. Like for example, I can create a node attributes where I can use my AWS attributes, I can use my GoHi attributes, I can use my generic attributes, any of that sort. I can use skills, like for example, filter out the nodes only on Chef client interpreters or only on shell interpreters. I can filter out based on enrollment level as well as node health status as well. But for this example, let's do on node attribute. So I'll give staging is equal to true. And if I click on see node count, I can see 2 of them. That's what we did, right? So I click on apply filter, right? These are the 2 nodes which we added that tag. Now I can save them. Staging machines webinar. You can give any name as per your requirements and just confirm them, right? So this particular node filter was created and saved successfully. So these are all the web filters which I had created for this particular uh, environment. So let's check which I just did. The staging machine, this is the one which I just created. If I click on show node count, which is 2, if you want more details, you can go inside that and you can see these 2 nodes. Right now, if you want to edit, you can edit it from here itself. Tag node, you can add multiple tags as required, or you can remove them, or if you want to delete them, you can go to node collection and you can delete it from here, update or delete. You can either add tags or you can delete them as per the use case, right? So that's how you create a node query, or sorry, node filter. You can use this node filter to run any job in the using Courier. So the next thing is Courier. Uh, how do you run a Courier job? So the first thing is, let me change. Okay, let's do one more thing. Let's do a, sorry, I'll go to tenant admin. So let's remove let's add permissions, or let's remove the permissions from the user. So I'll click on this hamburger menu, click on organization management, and let's say I want to remove or update my role based on the requirements. I'll remove node manager and I'll remove tenant viewer from my permissions. Right? I'll keep only courier operator and tenant or admin. I'll click on save. Right? So I'll log out and let me log back in again. So here you will see only 3 of them. You cannot see node manager anymore, right? So you can filter out or you can assign particular permissions to specific users based on the requirement. You can assign them on your courier operator role, or the person who's working on your node management, you can assign them with only node management role. So if the person is assigned with node management, he or she cannot execute courier job, and vice versa. If the person is assigned with courier as a role, he cannot work on node management, right? Now, let me go back to courier operator. Now I want to run a job. How do you do that? To run a job, just simple click on courier job, and you can select the from the machines which you just used it for your while creating a node filter, right? So if you see 2 nodes, right? And if you don't want to save the filter, or if you want to do it ad hoc, you can add it manually as well. If you remember, we had discussed about node ID as well, a unique identifier for the node. You can enter the node ID here as well and click on add to job. That particular machine will be added to the orchestration. So let's say I want to do it only on staging machine webinar, right? So I'll create a batch size. So what is batch size? The batch size indicates on how many nodes the job will be executed on. So I have only 2, so I can give 1 or 2. Unit is number, batch type is fixed or rolling. Fixed in the sense like only one machine at given point of time, it will be executed only on one machine. If it's rolling, as soon as one machine is completed, the next machine is picked up. This only works when you have it in, if you have machines in fleet, like let's say 10 or 15 of them, right? So let's click on next. Now you can do it on either, you can do a scheduling part. You can run this job in an immediate manner, or you can do a scheduling as well. Let me click on scheduling. I can set a time. Let's say if I want to run this job every Friday on 12 a.m. UTC, right? And I want to repeat it on a weekly basis on every Friday, right? And I don't have a end date for it, right? So the job will be scheduled to run every Friday from April 11th onwards at 12 a.m. UTC, right? You can do a scheduling as well. But for this demo, let's do an immediate one. Click on next. For this simple, let's do only a sleep command or shell interpreter, and command. You can add inputs. I'll show this how to add inputs and output variables in the next courier job which we run, and click on next. I can give sleep 5 seconds. I'll click on save job. Now I think this job will fail because one of the machines which we tagged as staging is equal to true is not active, or which is being is terminated in my AWS environment. So let's see, let's double check that. But at least one machine should pass because we just enrolled it. So currently both of them are in pending state. So until this is completed, what we can do is let's look at more a bit more complex job on how do you run a multi-step actions on what can be done, or what how it can be worked upon. So to do that, let me first show you the machines which I have set up. Production chef demo, uh, staging 1 short chef demo, and staging 2 dot chef demo, right? So if you see, all the 3 machines are not configured yet and have Nginx version 1.24 installed on them. So we have to set up a machine. We have to set up a courier job, which will basically go inside those machines, update the Nginx to the latest one, and pull the cookbook from the GitHub repository, execute that cookbook, and then restart the permissions, or basically set up a configuration files on it, right? So how do you do that? So I have already created a job for it. Update Nginx. So if you see, Let me just duplicate this job so that we can show it. So this will run on the three nodes, which are 1, 2, and 3. And if you see, it will first check the Nginx version, right? And it captures that into a variable, right? That's how you can pass the conditions. It captures that into a variable. Next, the second step, you can pass that conditions to this particular step, saying that execute the second step only if it matches certain criteria. Now, for example, we are seeing whether the Nginx matches, whether the value, inspect value matches the value of 1.24. Only if it matches with only if it match of 1.24, execute the second command, right? And the second command basically is pulling the cookbook from the GitHub repository and assigning the proper permissions to it. The third step is execute that particular cookbook. And fourth step is basically resetting the permission and restarting the servers, right? So let's click on save job. So we need to enter the name. It's not active yet. Maybe it's just because of this. Let's terminate this. As I told, that one machine might be. So this is how you can terminate that machine of job which was created earlier. Let's refresh this page again. Okay, for some reason it's not working. Just a second. Update. It will run on 3 machines. It's in no instance available. For some reason, this is not picking up. Okay, as always, I ran just few minutes ago and it worked perfectly fine during the live demo. This goes up. Okay, let me check what's happening. Let me go to Courier job. I change to tenant admin and see whether we have the right web servers. Node count is 3. This is should pick up. Nginx. So duplicate job. Delete node. Web servers. 3 machines. Numeric batch tab is pulling. Next. Save job. Okay, now this is running. Okay, now this has been running now, so it's live. So if you see, there was some issue with the machine then. So these 2 machines have picked up that job and is currently running. Let's refresh this page. Okay, I'm sorry. This has come up. So if you can see, something went wrong with the execution, but it executed, and we have the engine updated to 1.26. That's the latest version, and you can see a new web page displaying. The same goes with, I guess, staging 1 as well as staging 2. Right? That's how you can execute multi-step environment as well, multi-step job. Uh, uh, that's it with respect to Courier. You can run single step, you can execute multi-step, you can, depending on complexity of the scenarios, you can work upon it. You can add you can add users. You can execute Courier jobs based on user permissions, user roles, and number of things. Right? So it's that powerful. So do we have any questions? Let me see. Yes, we have a couple of questions. So can we run multiple jobs at the same time? Uh, so nodes will run only one job at a time, but Courier can send multiple job to multiple nodes at a time. Right? For example, if the node is running one particular job, it will work only on that until it's completed, and the next job will be in queue. And as soon as that previous job is completed, it picks up and it starts executing. That's how it works. That's how you can execute multiple jobs. The next question is there any upper limit on node enrollment, and can you disenroll a node? So no, we don't have any upper limit for node enrollment. However, the answer is no for your second question, but we are working on it and should be available soon, where you can enroll a node as well as disenroll a node. The next question which we are saying is, can you have multiple tags associated to node? Yes, as discussed, you can have n number of tags associated to a node. You can make use of tags, like let's say you can set a tag on production machines. You can set a machine as production tags. You can set a machine as staging tags, and you can also run a Courier job saying that only if all the staging machines are passed, only then execute production machines. You can set those criteria as well. And how do you set that? We'll come here. I click on Courier jobs, select web servers as well as Windows machine, any two random, right? Here you can say that batch size numeric fixed. So here you can say that only if it matches 100% success criteria, only then it goes to the second machine. Now let's say this is a staging machines and these are production machines, right? So only if all the staging machines have cleared their execution, only then execute the production machines. If none of them are cleared, it won't even go to second set of machines. You can set those pipelines as well. Sorry, you can set those pipelines based on a requirement. Uh, any else question? I don't see any other questions coming up. Let's wait for another 1 or 2 minutes. Any other questions? Okay, I think we are good then. So thanks a lot for attending this webinar, and I hope this demo was useful. Thank you.